guys, to my 45 here. So as you guys can probably tell from the title below you, I'm going to be giving you guys a quick hands-on of WhiteDoor 7.1, otherwise iOS 7.1 on the iPod Touch 2G. And answering the question, is it still worth it, especially now in 2015 where we have a bunch of smartphones and tablets that are becoming bigger with bigger resolutions, more RAM, faster processors, and all that. The question now that remains is, are devices like these legacy devices that aren't even supported by big manufacturers, like in this case Apple for example, who don't even bring the latest firmware to some of their older devices, like this for example, and also the iPhone 4, which doesn't get iOS 9 as well. So for people like us, some people may be asking, is it really worth it? Should I still buy this? Is it still usable in this point, at this point where all these other cool smartphones and tablets are coming out? That's what we're gonna answer in this video. Okay, so guys, as you guys probably do or do not know, for those of you who don't know, WhiteDoor 7.1 is basically a customized version of iOS that is being replicated as their latest OS, in this case iOS 7, which obviously isn't the latest right now in 2015, it's iOS 9, but it aims to replicate iOS 7 in every way and bring it to older devices so they're not as left out on all the features. Now the downside to this is, one, your battery life will consistently go down after updating to this firmware. Two, your current OS, as for this device in particular, will go down. The latest version of iOS that was brought to this device in particular was iOS 4.2.1, but after updating this to WhiteDoor 7.1, my iOS version dropped down to 3.1.3. And lastly, you won't be getting every new feature and all the new looks that iOS 7 does bring on, like some of the newer devices, for example. But either way guys, I'm going to show you what it looks like and hopefully you guys will like it. So we're going to start off from the lock screen, where everything here is almost identical to the iOS 7 lock screen, with the status bar not being as transparent as it is on iOS 7. But if we swipe over and open it up, you guys, if you guys are looking from a distance, you guys probably might not tell that this is an old iOS device, and you might think it is really running iOS 7, which is not. In fact, it will even show you guys that the iOS version did go down. I'm gonna go ahead here and go into my settings and scroll down to general, if you guys can see that, then about, and as you guys can probably see here, my version is 3.1.3. So yes, the overall OS did downgrade, and the only thing that's really upgrading is your features. So yeah, and after updating to this firmware, you guys will get Cydia installed, which means you're jailbroken. And if you guys want me to explain what jailbreaking is, feel free to like this video or comment below if you want to see that. But anyways, once you've updated to this firmware, you will be jailbroken right away. And unlike iOS 7, you won't be able to swipe down on any home screen to get to the spotlight search. You need to go back from the whole home screen and swipe right to get to the search bar here. And also, most of the apps here are almost identical to iOS 7, like music for example. It's almost similar, except some of the music playback and most of the look and feel of the music application still looks like iOS 4, like as you guys can probably tell here. Hold on guys, the brightness here. Anyways guys, as you guys can probably tell, everything here still looks almost the same as iOS 4. Not much has really changed here, only the font and some of the icon and some of the icons here in the app still look like iOS 4. So not everything has changed completely, and you can't make playlists now for some reason on the go. Also, if you go to the App Store as well, it is not open the new App Store. It does not give you the new look of the App Store. It actually takes you to an exclusive App Store that's, like I said, exclusive to WhiteDoor, called App Time Machine, which takes every last version of every app they can take that supports iOS 3. So if you're looking for apps that can upgrade right away, and if you're having a hard time trying to find the right apps for your iPod Touch, updating to this will help you a lot, and it'll help you find apps a lot quicker and easier. And also Safari almost looks the same. Everything here almost acts like iOS 4 as well, just like these bookmarks popping up, for example, they still act like iOS 4. And I can't show you what that looks like right now because I don't have Wi-Fi right now. But most of the gameplay and stuff is still the same, including the photo application. It's almost arranged in the same way, and you can also delete just like so. But not much has really changed completely. Everything still looks the same. Not much has really changed here. Like in terms of functionality, it still doesn't look the same. Notes app, almost everything here almost appeals in terms of functionality to iOS 4. Only the look and feel has really changed here. Not much of the functionality has changed. That also includes the calculator, still works fine. Everything here, I can still add, subtract, and do all that mathematical stuff right away, just like I did before. And also, Cydia is also the same. Not much has really changed here. Downloading and installing tweaks are still the same as usual. There's not much you can really do with it. So, yeah. And performance really so far on this device is still pretty much the same. Like I said, if you're updating to this, your battery life will drain down more quickly because it has to keep everything up to date, and it needs to make sure all the features are working well, which will drain more of your battery. I won't be able to tell because the battery here on my iPod Touch is abnormal, so I can't really tell you what battery life is like, but I'm pretty sure, guys, it will go down completely in less than an hour, so be careful with that. Keep that in mind. And if we go into WhiteDoor settings, you guys will be able to edit a bunch of the features that iOS 7 brings and turn them on and off whether you want them or not, like the wallpaper features, the backgrounder, the control center that comes with iOS 7 that you'll be able to edit and control right away. And each of these toggles still work fine. So if I tap on calculator, for example, it will take me to the calculator. And you can basically edit all the visual features, all the cool, exciting features that iOS 7 brought to the table, and you'll be able to edit them right away. Also, that includes the app switcher if you want it to be in the same way as iOS 6 or iOS 7, or get rid of it completely. And also the visual settings of what your folders to what you want your folders to look like, your visual settings of what icons look, if they emit shadows and stuff, and so much more. For some reason, it slows down here, but after applying them, it works just fine. I don't know why, that's weird. You just have to be careful on this menu, these beta toggles, because it might mess up performance and it might make other apps crash. I haven't noticed that in my tests, but your mileage may vary, so be careful with that. But either way, guys, if you're not doing much, if all you're doing is just watching videos, playing music, and playing some light games, for example, like these, iOS 7.1 on this, or WhiteDoor 7, is still pretty much good as long as you don't mind your battery draining right away, or if you don't mind not getting all the greatest features that iOS 7 brings, and as long as you're not playing any hardcore games, or if you're having trouble finding apps or whatever, and um, and as long as your experience with iOS is fairly simple, like playing music, watching videos, going on the net, surfing on, going on Facebook or whatever, or playing like games, then this is a great way to bring some life into your old device. But if you have the money, you should obviously buy something newer because this device won't be able to handle every single task in the world. But if you're like me and all you do is play music, play a few light games, and just go on Facebook, then this is pretty much good for your kid or whatever who might want it, or for anyone who has a very light experience like me. But if your experience, like I said, is more hardcore where you're playing most of the latest games and stuff, do not get this and just forget about this. But either way, guys, that is it. That is my hands-on of WhiteDoor 7 on the iPod Touch 2G. And thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Or if you disliked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys want me to do next, or if you have any problems with this. And don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. All those links are in the video description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. This is Demice45 signing off.